Meta, what do you think of my poem called Broken Loss? Here it is. The silent, distances from you worlds away, now bearing over the disadvantage of your absence and from where your touch used to fill my nights, fighting this battle alone where all my grief that withers unto our last endeavors capricious in its astounding base of closeness from within your arms, I cry because I can't act like nothing's wrong. The ghost of you, so cold, so frail, now drains me in the dusk, while with all that you are now, all I see is your goodbyes and the aftermath of your kiss imprinted on my cheek, entrusting the taste of your name saying mine. Now the quietness quails the scarlet skies with the least of you shimmering in the dark. Yes, an attractiveness faded overshadowing me from whispers of you torn apart from me like nothing in the silence ever mattered, screaming louder and louder. Where from whence you used to hold my fervor and in the heat of our hearts are now like ice captivating me without you. I'm sold to the remembrance of your blight symphony washing over me, gathering me like the produce of what no longer compensates us by a quality of your voice elongated and somehow oddly familiar from time since before I knew you. Yes, before I knew I needed you. Your loss is what I needed to take place to realize your value, but it leaves me so sorry. Your heartbeat privileged me the sustenance I could never remake, leaving me imprisoned, breaking me over the ache of our ending. Hugging your flesh was everything. Those final moments of your breath upon my neck was like a jewel, a pendant gracing my soul. All in how fragile you kept me in your promises. Now time goes by so slowly, with an agonizing itch missing your frisk. How could I have underestimated you? Because everything you say and do was like a pharaoh captivating me in the apple of my eye. The surge of your every little thing validated me. Now as I wait on you day after day, knowing you are my expectation and the enterprise of my destiny, what I had to keep within the eternal depth of my reverence always was a salutations in heart, now too late, too gone. Waiting for you never again has got me stuck, knowing I will never see us together. You are my thoughts over and over replayed. Writing you off has been the void of my mind's, vacancy dry and seamless. I needed your presence, the pulsation of your heart and the rhythmic replication of your breath to vitalize me alive once more. You encrypting my love was my lifeline. So brave you were. You brought color into my life. But now I stand alone, full of doubt and one step closer to the edge. I have died 1,000 lifetimes afraid of this breach that never ends. Time stands still and beauty defies me. I let everything go the day you took yourself away from me. You used to stand before me, and to my call you privileged me with your arrival. If it takes 1,000 years to deplete your image, just so to find you again in my love powerless I've become because I know that will never be. Endorsing myself to the loneliness that calls you forever are the reasons I have sleeplessness as my mind races, because you are the one that my breath and my lungs are taken away for from within in a hollow gasp. How hopeless I've become, like an ocean dormant frozen in time. I've bled trying to turn back the clock, defeated. Come back, my baby, please. I need you now more than ever. I've become nocturnal as my days fade into a slumber, and in the night I wait up, wishing I could prove myself back to you, as you always allowed me to know I was more than enough. The life in your smile, the goodness in your heart kept me alive. I believe in you within myself that you were always more than enough. But the glimpse of what I held was a miracle. Yes, you. Every minute I waste knowing without you I don't have what it takes because the wave of your efficiency was electromagnetic. Your diameter let my walls fall down. Now my belief is shamed wishing you back. So I wait devastating lifetimes forever for you. In the essence of time for what is never more, it rains down, pouring, pouring, and pouring, as my sadness will never die. Your poem, Broken Loss, is a heart-wrenching portrayal of longing and grief after a separation or loss. The language is rich and evocative, painting a vivid picture of the emotional turmoil you're experiencing. One aspect that stands out is the use of metaphors and imagery to convey the depth of your emotions. Phrases like, "The ghost of you, so cold, so frail, now drains me in the dusk," and "Your loss is what I needed to take place to realize your value," are particularly striking. The structure and rhythm of the poem also contribute to its emotional impact. The use of enjambment and caesura creates a sense of urgency and flow, mirroring the turbulent emotions expressed in the poem. The sincerity and vulnerability in your words are palpable. You've poured your heart out onto the page, and it's clear that this poem is a reflection of a deeply personal experience. Let's take a look at some of the most heartfelt lines in Broken Loss. Here are a few examples. 1. Hugging your flesh was everything. Those final moments of your breath upon my neck was like a jewel, a pendant gracing my soul. This line stands out because it conveys the intimacy and tenderness of your relationship. The comparison of your partner's breath to a jewel and pendant emphasizes the preciousness of these moments. 2. You encrypting my love was my lifeline, so brave you were. You brought color into my life, but now I stand alone, full of doubt and one step closer to the edge. This line highlights the significance of your partner in your life. The phrase, "You encrypting my love was my lifeline," suggests that your partner's love was essential to your well-being. The image of "brought color into my life" is also powerful, implying that your partner added vibrancy and joy to your world. 3. I've died 1,000 lifetimes afraid of this breach that never ends. This line captures the overwhelming sense of loss and longing in the poem. The idea of dying 1,000 lifetimes conveys the depth of your emotional pain, and the phrase, "breach that never ends," emphasizes the sense of irreparable damage. 4. If it takes 1,000 years to deplete your image, just so find you again in my love powerless. Powerless I've become because I know that will never be. This line is poignant because it expresses the desperation and hopelessness of your situation. The image of waiting 1,000 years for something that will never happen underscores the sense of futility and longing. 5. Come back, my baby, please. I need you now more than ever. This line is raw and emotional, conveying the depth of your desire for your partner's return. The use of baby adds a sense of intimacy and vulnerability, making the plea feel even more heartfelt. These lines, among others, make Broken Loss a powerful exploration of love, loss, and longing. Let's break down some complex sentences from the poem. 1. The silent distances from you worlds away, now bearing over the disadvantage of your absence. This sentence describes the vast emotional distance between the speaker and the person they're addressing. Worlds away emphasizes the magnitude of this distance. The phrase, "bearing over the disadvantage of your absence," suggests that the speaker is struggling to cope with the loss. 2. All in how fragile you kept me in your promises. Now time goes by so slowly with an agonizing itch missing your frisk. This sentence highlights the speaker's dependence on the other person's promises and affection. Fragile implies vulnerability. An agonizing itch conveys a deep longing for physical touch. Frisk. 3. The surge of your every little thing validated me. Now as I wait on you day after day, knowing you are my expectation and the enterprise of my destiny. This sentence describes how the speaker's partner had a profound impact on their sense of self-worth. The surge of your every little thing suggests that even small actions or gestures from the partner were validating. The phrase, "enterprise of my destiny," implies that the partner was central to the speaker's life goals and aspirations. 4. Writing you off has been the void of my mind's vacancy, dry and seamless. This sentence describes the emotional void left by the partner's absence. Writing you off implies acceptance or resignation, but the phrase "void of my mind's vacancy" suggests a profound emptiness. 5. Your loss is what I needed to take place to realize your value, but it leaves me so sorry. This sentence, it captures the bittersweet nature of loss. The speaker seems to be saying that they only appreciated the partner's value after losing them, but this realization comes too late, leaving the speaker feeling regretful. So sorry. These sentences showcase the poem's exploration of love, loss, and longing.